various congregations. We're experiencing here in Columbus and around the world, by the way, we're experiencing hotter days, more days of heat. We're experiencing more rain. We're experiencing worsening air quality, more flooding, more mold. And Bread solved that problem and recognized we could do something about that problem. We've used our direct action approach to affect many other problems in the past, such as affordable housing, such as reducing gun violence, such as keeping kids in school. So we knew that we can pull together our large numbers of people and have a positive effect on the environmental injustices that our members are experiencing. So as I mentioned, the first step is listen. So last fall, nearly 1,000 people came together in 120 different house meetings, virtually and in person, to share problems facing them that are related to the things I just talked about. They shared experiences of flash floods and damage to their basements, and damage to their belongings, and poor air quality, which coupled with high heat was causing problems with their ability to breathe. It was causing problems with high utility bills. It was causing lots of problems. And it was leading to expensive repairs that were necessary. So at our annual assembly last year, about 450 leaders came together to vote on the problem of injustice, to vote to take on that problem, to research that problem, and to research solutions. So that brings us to our second step, which is research. And as I've indicated, we research both the problems and the solutions. During our research, we learned some startling facts in Columbus. And I want to get these exactly right. So I'm going to read right off my notes. Of 60 major U.S. cities, Columbus is the fastest growing and the 8th largest heat island. That means portions of Columbus where there's plenty of green, plenty of trees, well, they can be as much as 15 or 20 degrees cooler than those areas where there's a great amount of asphalt and pavement and concrete buildings. Columbus is a huge heat island. It also means that Columbus can expect 3 to 7 weeks more of 90-degree plus temperatures by 2050. Columbus is getting more rain and heavier rain, which increases the likelihood of flooding and poses significant risk to infrastructure and public health. From 1951 to 2012, there's been a 75% increase in the number of days with 1 1/4 or more inches of rain. 75% increase. Columbus is also currently ranked as the 13th worst place in this country to live if you have asthma. And the number of days where it's 90 degrees or more are associated with dangerous ozone pollution, which leads to triggering asthma attacks, heart attacks, and other serious health issues. So we learned that Columbus's tree coverage falls well below peer cities like Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. And we learned that it disproportionately affects underserved communities like Franklinton, which has the lowest tree coverage. And this problem is because of neglect over all of these years. It's because of redlining. It's because of environmental racism. We learned that large, mature trees could reduce summertime ambient air temperatures by as much as 10 to 20 degrees, can reduce street level pollution by 60%. Our large and mature trees can absorb hundreds of millions of gallons of water per year. Protecting our large and mature trees is very important. Protecting our tree canopy could make a huge difference for all three problems of extreme heat, worsening air quality, and increased rainfall. And we learned through our research that cities that are doing a great job with this, well, they all have tree protections in place. And here in Columbus, we have none. That brings us to step 3, our most important step, which is to take action. On May 10th of this past year, of this year actually, about 90 days ago, we had 1,300 people come together at the Celeste Center at our Nehemiah Action. And there, that is the place where we invite officials, as you probably know, and we ask them to commit to doing the right thing. This year, we have Councilwoman Elizabeth Brown attend, and our leaders asked her for clear commitments to protect our large mature trees. We asked her to draft a city protection ordinance, and when we asked her to do that, she said yes. Let's go for applause. Come on. So we celebrated that victory just as you have celebrated it now. But we knew that wasn't the end. Our fourth step is research. Our fourth step is follow-up. We want to follow up to make sure that promises made are promises kept. And starting this fall, Councilmember Brown has agreed to meet with Brad on a quarterly basis so that we can give her input and so that we can keep up with the progress that's being made on these issues. We know from our past campaigns that persistence is necessary. Persistence is key. So we will continue to follow up on Councilmember Brown and other decision makers to ensure that the ordinance offers meaningful, impactful protection and to address the problem